If you walk into this old cemetery in Illinois today, with a Geiger counter in hand, you will hear it emitting a chilling, screaming sound. Because the girl buried here has been dead for over a century, but her body is still glowing, with an eerie green light, deep underground. Scientists predict that this radiation from hell will continue for another 1600 years. This isn't a horror movie, it's the deadliest and most expensive scam in history. A tragedy that claimed hundreds of young lives, all because a company wanted to save less than a penny per dial. Let's turn the clock back to 1917, the era of jazz and the era of Radium Madness. Back then, people believed this glowing element was a miraculous cure from God. They put radium in toothpaste, face creams, and even drinking water. Everyone believed this glowing substance could keep you young forever. For young working-class girls, getting a job at the United States Radium Corporation was like winning the lottery. It paid 3 times the average wage, and the studio was as clean as a high-end salon. Their job was simple, painting luminous numbers on military watches. But the dials were tiny, to get the finest lines possible. The supervisors taught them a deadly technique known as lip pointing. Put the brush in your mouth to sharpen it, dip it in the paint, then paint. Every single day, they repeated this motion, hundreds of times. You'd never guess that this seemingly harmless little action would years later cause their jaws to crumble like cookies. They didn't know it, but with every lick, they were swallowing liquid death. The company assured them, radium is safe. It will even make you more beautiful. So, the girls started to have fun with it. They would paint their teeth and nails with radium before going to dance halls at night. When the lights went out, they were the brightest stars in the room. Men adored them and called them the Ghost Girls. They thought they were shining in the spotlight, but little did they know. They were already turning themselves into walking coffins. But soon, the glow stopped being a miracle and became a curse. The nightmare began with Molly Madge. At first, it was just a toothache. The dentist barely touched her loose tooth, and it silently fell into the tray, like worm-eaten wood, no blood, just a black hole left behind. Then the second tooth, then the third. Her mouth began to smell like a corpse. Until one day, when the doctor tried to treat an abscess on her jaw. In a horrifying scene, her entire lower jawbone crumbled in his hands, like dry chalk. Radium wasn't nourishing their bones. It was disguising itself as calcium, and shattering their skeletons from within. Girls were falling ill in droves, but what did the company do? They not only refused compensation, but also bribed medical experts to forge records. Every diagnosis carried the same shameful word, syphilis. It was a perfect cover-up, until one girl decided to use her own glowing bones as the most powerful evidence. They could have died quietly, but Catherine Donahue stood up. She united with other dying workers to sue the powerful corporation. It was a war destined to be unfair. The company hired the most expensive lawyers and used a despicable tactic, delay. They kept applying for extensions and recesses because they knew the plaintiffs wouldn't survive the winter. As long as the plaintiffs died, the case would be over. By the final hearing, Catherine couldn't even raise her arm to take the oath. Everyone in the courtroom could only watch her, lying on a stretcher, weakly nodding, while a faint eerie green glow emanated from her shoulder. With her last strength, she delivered her testimony to the judge.
I don't need money. I just want the world to know what they did to us.
At that moment, her glowing bones were stronger than any evidence. They won, though the compensation was small and most didn't live to spend it. But because of their fight, modern occupational safety laws were born in America. Today, when you see a skull symbol on hazardous materials or wear protective gear, you are actually enjoying the rights these girls bought with their lives. History books rarely mention their names. People forget pain easily. But it doesn't matter, because they don't need to be remembered. 6 feet under the cold ground, they are still glowing, with their own bones, forever warning us how ugly civilization becomes when profit is valued above life.